Welcome to the How to CEO show with your host, Murray Newlands. When you decided to become a CEO, the world changed. You can either crash and burn or you can build a billion-dollar company. But building a billion-dollar company is hard. We're here to give you the knowledge, advice, skills, and the expertise to build a billion-dollar company. In this show, I want to look at writing job ads. Writing ads for jobs is something that's really important for CEOs to know, whether they're doing it themselves or reviewing it for other people within their team, within their organization. Hiring is really hard. Hiring the right people is really hard. And getting those job applications in is really important. So what do you need to know as CEO about writing a great job ad? Well, this came up because a friend of mine sent a job ad to me this week to have a look at. I had some thoughts and I wanted to share those thoughts with you. So what are the basics? Make sure you have a killer title. After all, this is an ad. You want people to click on it. Also, make sure the call to action is really clear and precise. If someone wants to apply to this job at the end, how do they do that? What's that process going to look like? When is someone going to get back? Do they apply with LinkedIn? Do they apply with their resume? What email does it go to? Is someone monitoring that? Are they going to respond really quickly? They're really simple basics. You have to get those right, though. Okay, next. People care about what they're working on. So make sure you start by selling the opportunity, sell the company, sell the vision of what they're going to be working on. If you want them to be passionate about their work, you want people to apply to a project they're going to be passionate about. Have a really powerful introduction, explain exactly what your business does and why they would want to be involved in it. Sell the position, not just, hey, you're going to do this task, but why are you going to be doing this task? What will you learn and who will you help? How will you be helping other people by doing this task? And what will you learn? What skills will you be using in learning, doing this activity? Think, the people doing this job, what do they want to do it? They want to help people. They want to use their skills. Yes, they want to get paid and well rewarded, but they also want to learn. They want to help people. People applying to this position have their own hopes and dreams, and make sure that you understand that you're communicating that they have those hopes and dreams and that they will learn, they will gain experience, they will help people. And ideally, also coming to the next point, if they do this job well, what are the opportunities for them? If I sign up with this job, if I do it really well, how am I going to succeed? How is it going to benefit the candidate? Next, is location important? Do they have to be close to you or can they do this remotely? Remembering increasingly people want to work remotely. People want to have great skills, want to work remotely. And in today's work environment where there's nearly full employment and there's a really competitive environment, the more flexible you can be, the more opportunity you have to include people within the pool of applicants who are not local to you. If you can say this is a remote position or open to remote, then you include a much wider variety of people who might have great skills, who don't just happen not to live down the road from you. Now, another thing is flexible time. If you want people who have kids, have family, they're great workers often because they're much more stable than other workers. Question is, how are you going to accommodate them? If they need to drop their kids off early or pick them up early, or if they're looking after someone, or if they have other conditions, does that mean that you can include them in this job offering? The more you can be inclusive with time and with other things, the more you're going to be able to attract a wider pool, and the more likely it is you're going to find a successful candidate. Because people who are able to work within the environment that they need to work in often stay a lot longer because there are lots of jobs where they can't do that. And so once they find a job which gives them that flexibility, they're much more likely to stick with you for a lot longer time. And reducing churn is super important. So you want to get that start from applying when you're advertising the job. Spell out, as I say, the application process. Now, here's something else. Understand exactly what the job you're asking them to do is and what's the business value you're asking them to deliver. Once you've done that, really identify the key skills that you need to do in order to meet this job. And make sure that you have, okay, here are the things that you absolutely have to have. Here's why you need to do them to meet the job requirements. And then say, here are other things I'd like you to have. The thing is, all too many jobs, companies list far too many skills that they expect or experiences they expect people to have. And that puts off a lot of candidates. It also doesn't really tell people what the job is about or what the skills that they'll be using are. The other thing is, can they learn those skills? And if they can't, if you think, okay, I need to have someone who can do these things plus these things, I really need them to be able to do all of them. Can they, if they can do lots of things that require them to be local, but there are other additional skills which you might not be able to find in the local talent pool, can they work with someone who's remote, some freelancer, part-time person, someone else who can add to their skill set that they can manage to deliver the business objectives that you want? I'm Murray Newlands. You're listening to the How to CEO Show. That's my tips on how to create a great job ad. I'd love to know your advice, your thoughts. Please do share those. I'm Murray Newlands. As I say, you've been listening to the How to CEO Show. If you like it, please share, please subscribe, tell a friend, and I'll see you next time.